Have you ever wondered if Cleopatra could survive a bullet hell, or what it must be like for Nikola Tesla to fly through Egypt? Well, I haven't, but we still got the answers in Time Survivors. It's another one of these bullet hell survival roguelike type games, very similar to Vampire Survivors, of course, that one of the games that's very much popularized this in recent history. And this is another interpretation of that. It is on Steam right now. It's fairly cheap if you want to check it out. It's a couple of dollars, and I've definitely played more than enough to consider it to be a valuable purchase. But yes, I am a good sucker for meta progression, right? Like, I love a good bit of meta progression, and they have that in spades. You can upgrade the weapons with varying degrees of enhancements that differ from weapon to weapon. There's also passive items that you cannot upgrade. There's also just generic unlocks hidden behind progression, like, for example, +1 permanent slot to your weapons. But also each character that you can unlock has a specific starting stats, but also specific unique stats you can upgrade. For example, Claire has movement speed and strength, yet my favorite character so far, Anita, has movement speed, but also projectile shenanigans, right? And Nikola Tesla has learning and reach and all kinds of wonderful stuff. Speaking of wonderful stuff, you also have access to unique weapons. Each character has a unique starting weapon. Amuba for Anita. We have Claire here with the boomerang. Abe Lincoln, of course, why not, with the flail? Because that makes sense. We have Nero right here with a fireball. Gotta go hot. But yes, these weapons, they are also representing your legendary evolution, and they are only unique to that character. If that character max upgrades their unique weapon to max, they get the legendary evolution. Even if you have the legendary evolution unlocked, other characters do not get that. It's a special power bound to that very character, right? And then on top of that, you have an ability. Each character also has a unique ability that you can further enhance. And sometimes they make sense, with a revolutionary having a bomb and Tesla having, of course, Tesla coils. And then you have Abe Lincoln having cherry trees. I'm not entirely sure why the line there makes sense, but there you go. There's a lot of things to upgrade, a lot of things to empower. And you do these with the reagent on the top right. We have time crystals, as well as guardian hearts, iron, and gold. Luckily enough, you can buy all of it with gold if you can't find it in the game, but you can also find these things in-game by destroying the little challenges and such. It's very good. So, let me just go into the gameplay before I completely talk your ears off, because you are most likely here for the gameplay. Alright, so, we're going to go Anita because she's my favorite character right now. Let's do the Stone Age. I've been unable to defeat this. Actually, no, I don't want to spoil the Stone Age for you. It's specific, unique. Has some unique mechanics. It's called the Skies of Egypt, which is a side-scroller, which is a whole different experience. But let's just do Dark Age. This is the one that I was able to beat on stream today. And Anita is a little bit of a rough start because Amuba is this little AoE thing. And then, well, you know, the rats walk into it sometimes. You can also drop a bomb. This is her ability, which detonates. And, of course, awesome things happen. Now, you can see at the bottom left, there's a little compass. You can have 2 special relics as it stands right now. And these are just wonderful relics that can give you some additional benefits. They do, however, apply to you in a cursed matter, and then you have to purge them. So before we actually try to do something like that, let's get a few levels in. As you can see in the top left, we have currently unlocked 4 weapons and 4 passive tools that go with that. So if we want that final slot, that 5th one, we have to combine, we have to progress through the game a bit more and unlock that, as we saw in the meta progression. I do like Telescope, more AoE for all our abilities, which is really good because it also enhances this little thing. Very good. There you go, another level. I do like some crits. It's going to work really well. Spinach, that's just basic damage. I'm going to make sure our number goes up, lest we'll go down ourselves. Alright, let's see. I could roll for another weapon, so let's do that. We're not getting a whole lot. Could go for those, but I really am looking for... Fireball is not all that good. You know what? I guess I'll just take for crit for now. I don't want to burn through all my rerolls just yet. But yes, I'm looking for flail. I'm a big fan of flail. I like my big blue balls as well. The ice balls that you can get. there's the mouse cursor is on the screen. I'm not actually using the mouse cursor for the actual gameplay component. Let's actually blow this up. Perfect. All right, so we pick up the relic, and as you can see, we have two options. We can also pass if we don't like either one, but I do enjoy the golden apple. It's one of the more tougher ones if you don't have a good setup, but if you do find an apple, it does allow you to generate more apples quite frequently. Ooh, here we go. There's the flail. Perfect. And look at how big it already is. She's a master of size, so to speak, so we get a really big flail, despite the fact that Abe Lincoln is the flail primary character. So let's see. Oop, oh yeah, see that? What we opened up a vase right here, and there was no apple in it. The problem is apples are quite rare, so every single time we open up a vase, we might encounter another one. Now, luckily enough, my bombs are quite strong, but we do have to find the actual apple to make sure we can do so. All right, I'm going to just try to kite them around. You can kill them. It's just that I don't have a good build just yet because she's kind of slow due to the amoeba, and I did not get my favorite weapon directly from the beginning. And as always with these things, most weapons require a little bit of love before they really start popping off. All right, drop a bomb. Detonate. Perfect. Get a bunch of valuables here. Unfortunately, we have not found an apple yet. I am searching. There's a lot of XP hidden there. I want to pick it up. It is problematic. Now, you can also play this game with the keypad. It does also have basic controls on the keyboard itself, if you prefer that. Oh boy, almost. Tesla coil is not bad. And I do need some love, because we have a lot of people at the bottom right there that are going to ruin our day if we don't watch out. This is also one of the more squishy characters. Only like 100 health with upgrades. Where other characters start with 100 health without upgrades, or even more without upgrades. So, that's a lot of gargoyles in a very small space. I feel slightly claustrophobic. It's okay, I'm going to try to make this work. The graves are holding us over. Okay, perfect. A lot of experience. There's my big blue ball. Love it. These bosses you can kill, which are these red or also bigger bosses later, they give you a loot box, which includes a level up. Now, as far as I can tell, there are no recipes as of yet. Maybe there will be in the future. Recipes are, of course, the combination of items or special empowerment. But so far, I have not encountered those. They could be an unlock, they could be a future update. Maybe I've just missed them. But so far, no luck for me. Let's actually grab a little bit of Tesla there. There you go. The ground is slowly filling up, as you can see, with more of these green things. And their ultimate evolution, especially with the size increase, is going to be an incredible defensive experience, because crits cost on that green stuff, once we have our ultimate, will freeze enemies, guaranteed. And we can get a whole lot of crit with that crit item we have, already 3 levels in. So that's going to be really, really good. I have to be careful that I don't stand too close to these bases, lest I would ruin myself. Now, you saw like a giant blue thing on the screen. The clock, that's a special event. That's how you get time crystals directly. If you stand in that, the timer goes on. And then, of course, it's kind of a challenge of hold the ground. All right, let's see. If you can hold the ground long enough in that blue stuff and go a full clock rotation, you get a time crystal. Another way to get time crystals, of course, using the forge with gold, which might be easier and safer. But it really depends on how good your build is. Because as you can see, I'm in it right now. And as the time goes on, the circle becomes smaller and smaller, which means you have less space to dodge. And when there's a bunch of golden gargoyles trying to ruin your day, that might be a bad time. Oh yes, if you move with the bomb, you also throw it. I was trying to stop there, but I didn't. I kept moving, which is a bit of a problem. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I am not getting quite everything that I want just yet. But I did manage to find the apple, and as you can see at the right side right here, the apple has been cleansed. We have been able to find ourselves an apple, and now we have, instead of creating golden gargoyles, we have a 0.5 chance of dropping an apple on kill without having to worry about vases, which is very, very nice. Alright, let's see. Every 5 minutes, I was going to say, every 5 minutes you get an upgrade. of your special, which is really, really cool. I like 20% cooldown. Let's do more blue balls. Very good. I might actually go with some pushback. This bullhead might actually be nice. Because our flails have pushback. You know what? Yeah, let's go with the bullhead. So we have all the items we want right now. Which is very good. Which means we don't have to worry about rerolls anymore. We can just casually upgrade. Ammo means another flail gets added. Cooldown reduction is, of course, just fire rate as well, attack speed and such. Faster trigger rates for those that have an internal cooldown, like the lightning. It all speaks for itself. Like, there's no, like, really unique, out-of-this-world stat mechanic. It all kind of is intuitive, which is very good in these games. Because if you have to start to think too much about it, you kind of lose the purpose of an auto shooter like this particular game, or games like Vampire Survivors and such. Alright, come on. This rat is following me, but it's definitely not a problem. As you can see, we can destroy environment to get iron. Like, look at that. Kill it, iron bar shows up. Nice. We can use this to upgrade weapons and such. Spinach, another 10% strength. Strength represents damage as far as I can tell. Let's see if we can do this one. We have some tools. As you can see, the butterflies in the blue stuff. I'm assuming this is a reference to the butterfly effect. Assuming they are butterflies. But slowly you can see the time will progress in the circle, and it will also become smaller and smaller, making it more and more difficult. And yes, those butterflies do damage to you, and they also knock you. So it's a little bit of a frustrating experience, but a lot of upgrades in this game require time crystals. So you either have to farm gold, or you have to do these challenges to save yourself 10k gold, which is worth it, I would say. If you have a decent build. All right. Luckily enough, our blue balls are freezing things. Don't worry. It's cold. It has never happened to me before. It's fine. Let's throw a bomb over there. Create a space for us to run out once time has run out. There you go. That's a time crystal. There you go. Let's go to level 5 Tesla coil. Just so we have means of having openings for us to run towards. No need to overheal. And there's also no need for experience right now, because I find that I can generate enough experience to max out my entire build before the end even happens. And the end is at 20 minutes, right? So, alright, these gargoyles are not going to do much of anything. Sometimes they do fly at you if you piss them off too much. So, come at me, bro. No? Nobody? Nobody's bold and brave enough? You're just going to stand there and look green with jealousy? Yeah, nothing. Alright, let's throw a bomb. There you go. Let's move out. Let's get some more crit. As you can, critical hit chance plus 20%. Level 5 is currently the max limit of these passives. So we have one completed item. Our crit passive item is done. We will never see that show up, right? That's how you kind of can limit the pool. I actually want to make sure that my Amuba, my special weapon on this character, is maxed out so we can get the legendary power. Because anybody that's going to get hit by it is going to get frozen. Now, there are enemies that fly over it, and those enemies have plagued me for a very long time. Took me a while to get past them because I was trying to rely upon the green stuff, and they just flew over it. They didn't care. It was so rude. So rude. Let's get some more flail action. Flails have good knockback later, and they do good consistent damage. They're also a continuous threat that you have some control over because they're attached to you. Unlike the lightning that just kind of strikes wherever it wants. Now we also have some knockback on the flail, which get enhanced by the bullhead that we have. Alright. We have wolves coming in. Very cute. Who let the wolves out? That's another flail as well. Flails are important. They are my go-to attack. Let's see. Level 8 ammo. Okay, so that level 8 is the weapon max. Unless you have a legendary power, which we have for the Amuba. We have that unlocked. And there it is. Activate Legendary Evolution. Critical hit freezes enemies. So now if an enemy survives and gets critted by this, they should freeze. And you can see them turning blue before they die, which is really, really good. So either they die or they freeze. That's pretty consistent defense right there. Let's throw a bomb in the middle of the pack. Good night, sweet princess. Or princesses. I don't know. let's see. We can actually increase the AoE. I don't think it's just necessary yet. Speaking of what is going to be necessary, let's deal with this boss. Hopefully they will give us a Guardian Heart, which is another rare resource that drops from bosses. This is Cerberus, of course, a 3-headed dog. I'm assuming it's Cerberus. You know, he's looking fire. 3-headed dog. Has seen better days. Let's get the level 8 flails. So flails are maxed out right now. And since we are not 8, we don't have a legendary evolution for that, because that's exclusive to 8. Abe Lincoln. You know, when I think of flails and cherry blossoms, I do think of Abe Lincoln, you know? Absolutely. Totally. Oh, perfect. There's a Guardian Heart. There it is. Wonderful rare resource. Let's pick up the... I could go for more blue bowl action. Let's do it. I need to level that up anyway. It's one of my weapons, so it's probably best to get some levels in there, lest we be damned. Alright. I can just stand in the green stuff. It doesn't hurt me, so it's pretty perfect as a defensive move against being overwhelmed by a large amount of enemies. Let's get some lightning. Very shocking. Doesn't look like these enemies are putting up much of a resistance. Yes, another upgrade. We are at a 10-minute mark. You could go for gold if you want to farm gold for unlocks and such. So let's do that. Also, more blue ball action. There you go. But yes, there are very dense packs. If I throw a bomb in a very dense pack, for example, right over here. I said, oh, it's still uncool. Hold on. Pretend that I said that 4 seconds from now. Okay? Just pretend that for just 2, 1. Throwing the bomb into a dense pack. Unfortunately, the lightning dug a hole, but as you can see, all those skills turn into the same ingots. So if you have a very dense pack of like very easy enemies, and you just throw a bomb in there, easy infinite money. Which is very good. Not sure if that's intended. I imagine so, because surely they would know that, right? Tesla coil is also maxed out. 8-8. So 4 more levels to go on our blue balls, and then we're good to go. In terms of weapons. Plenty of upgrades left on our passives. Speaking of blue balls, we have finally got our second blue ball. Sometimes it takes a while for it to drop, you know. Level 6. There you go. Look at that spin to win. It is, however, it does change direction based on which area you're walking into. So, wonder if there's some kind of exploit you could do with that for massive damage. I doubt it. But level 7 will last a little longer. You know. It's important to last long with your blue balls. There you go. More experience. Now, all our weapons are sorted right now, so we're only going to get passives. Let's get some projectile size. I think it's about time we max that out. Shouldn't take too long. There you go. More gold for the gold god. Delightful. We are across halfway, because typically in this game the 20-minute mark is the secret. But it's going to get a lot more crazy before that, as is the way. Lightning is doing work. Hopefully it will be doing enough. You can check out at the end if we win or lose what the actual numbers were. You get some data points there, which is nice. How much DPS they did, how much kills they got, how much damage they actually have done. The usual, right? The lightning is making work, though. You can see the lightning strike in certain of those thick packs, and then it carves through. Look at that. On the right side there. There's another, there's a double? Hold up, this is new. Look at that, there's 2 effects back to back. 2 butterflies trying to fly. Yay high. Alright, come on. Yeah, if you walk out of it, the timer does go back, so we have to be wary of that. Here's another free upgrade. 10% damage. I like that. Thank you very much. Now, there is another relic that we can actually pick up. As you can see at the bottom left, there is another one. You can have up to 2. I'm not going to lie. I kind of forgot about it. So we're probably going to see if we can finish one of these challenges at least. For the time crystals, for the sake of unlocking. Obviously. Look at all these scary skeletons or skulls trying to hit us, only to find out that it doesn't work. Beautiful. Another time crystal. Incredible. You hear that? These griffins. those are the ones that can fly over the green stuff without being affected by it. It's exactly why I took the flail and the blue balls to be able to push them back and still freeze them. But even so, they still get close to me if I don't watch out. So we have to be careful of that. I wish I could walk away, but I also want my time crystal. And thus, we have to make the decision. Do we get good and get the crystal? Or do we run and live? Well, if you never try, if you never take the shot, you'll always miss. We look good, though. We look good, right? This seems fine. They're all at a distance, courtesy of the flail. There's the second crystal. Perfect. Also allows us to pick us a bunch of apples. Get back to full health. The health on this character, once again, is very deceptive because she's low health. You can see 120 max right now. Alright. We're almost maxed out as well on our actual... Oh boy, I took a lot of damage there. We are almost maxed out. Only 3 more level ups to go, really, for our max out. 2 more on the bowl. 1 more on the spinach. Alright, let's carve through it. Let's get the apples. As I slowly will make my move. Look at all the gold. Look at that. I'm rich. Ah yes, there's also magnets in the game. I apparently picked up the magnet. Speaking of magnets, there are buffs in the game. Temporary buffs. There's also a relic that increases the temporary buffs. But there's a mushroom, for example, you can pick up and then, you know, like Super Mario eating a mushroom, you become super big and you can stomp all over everything, which is very fun. And a hell of a lifesaver if you get it at the right time. Or if you can be patient enough to preserve it if you do happen to have it. It's very rare though. But there are items in the game that allow you to get more rare stuff, so you could make it a legitimate tactic if you have the patience. I do like the fact that you can see the relic has made 107 apples. I like these little statistical things. Do I want 100% more radius or 50% cooldown? I'm going to go with 50% cooldown because I know the end. Because every end has a very unique thing. And we're 5 minutes away from the end. So hopefully we can make it so I can show it to you. Otherwise, you're going to have to find it out yourself and wonder how the hell you're going to do it. Alright. I'm actually going to go back down because I walked past the relic. A little ambitious. There's a lot of enemies here, though. Luckily enough, the lightning is making quick work of them. Mystic Urn. Select a relic. All enemies will be barely visible ghost for 300. But the Mortician's max health is reduced by 30. Mortician is the final boss, so to speak. You know what? Let's do it. I unlocked this after killing the Mortician. So, apparently all the enemies are very faint right now. So we might not be able to see them. So it's going to be very difficult to dodge them. Because there's a giant dog there. Now, luckily enough, we have a lot of like environmental hazards, as well as immediate protection around us. So as long as we keep our eyes peeled, we should... Oh, it's already cleared. Never mind. It's already done. I'm like still wondering where all the enemies are. No, we cleared them. It only took 300 kills. So we actually managed to cleanse the relic. Got 2 Guardian Hearts here for 2 Cerberus. There's a rat there as well. We are maxed out. So leveling up doesn't do anything anymore as far as I can tell. And getting these item ups are just more money. But this is the way I typically got stuck. This is the hardcore way. The one that ruins me. This is why I took the build that I have right now. I had to adjust what I wanted to take for the sake of getting through. Here's a nice little buff as well. So we can carve our way through. Look at that. It doesn't last very long because we don't have the duration relic. But either way, it has a wonderful amount of space that it just generated for us. And hopefully that will give us a lot to work with. Because you have the walking griffins, but the flyers are the ones I'm scared of. Those are the ones that terrify me. Luckily enough, I have a bomb with 50% cooldown. That's exactly why I did this. They typically come from the north. But I can occasionally throw a bomb up to the north and I keep my pushbacks in check. Maybe that's going to be fine, but I have taken some damage and there's not a lot of apples around. Oh. Yeah, we luckily have 1 resurrect, but the fact that that was needed is already terrifying in its own right. Let's throw a bomb. Okay. Got some more space. Let's pick up some apples. Alright, come on. Trust the system. Trust it. Why are they not getting stunned? Trust the system. Don't move the system. trust it. Trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust anything. I don't trust anyone. God. I hate this wave so much. It keeps killing me. It keeps killing me. I should have not taken the lightning. You know what I should have taken? I should have taken maybe the Radiant Skull, which is an AoE around you, or maybe even just a Fireball. Damn. So good, though. So good. The Griffins, man. Hopefully you can get past them with some reliability. I am struggling because, once again, they struggle. They fly over my most powerful move. My secret power. They just move over it. But nonetheless, though, was a good run. We have a bunch of actual stats, so maybe I can finish her off almost. Look at that. 3 stones required for the final cooldown. 1 upgrade required, but that's the 555 of Ice Age stage. And the Ice Age stage is unlocked after you finish the Skies of Egypt, then the Egypt Age, and then you get the Ice Age, and then you have the upgrade down here as well. So, lots of meta progression to work with. So, Time Survivors. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Check it out on Steam. Thank you so much for hanging out. Leave a like. Hit the subscription button. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. And I am out.